No one really likes to ask the question out loud, but we all wonder it at some point. How much time do I really have left? It's not a fearful question, it's a thoughtful one. Especially after 60 or 65, when every year starts to feel a little more sacred. You begin to notice more. How your body feels, how quickly you recover, how well you sleep. You start paying attention, not just to test results, but to everyday moments. And sometimes, the most revealing signs of your health aren't hidden in a blood report or an MRI. They're right there in how you walk across the room, how you hold your balance while brushing your teeth, or how rested you feel when you wake up. The truth is, your body is always talking to you. It whispers, it nudges, and if you know how to listen, it often tells you whether you're on a path of strength or starting to drift into decline, not with fear, but with facts. Modern research has found that some of the most reliable indicators of how long we might live, especially after 65, are not expensive tests or hospital scans. They're small, physical clues in our daily routine. Clues we can notice, track, and even improve. That's what today's video is all about. You're going to discover 8 subtle but powerful signs your body gives you about its current state of resilience, and maybe even your future lifespan. We're not talking about myths, guesses, or feel-good slogans. We're talking about signs backed by science, stories, and thousands of hours of medical observation. More importantly, these signs are not permanent labels, they're invitations. Because in most cases, if something is slipping, you can pull it back, or you can rebuild. You can shift your direction. So, if you're someone who wants to age with awareness, not fear, this video is for you. Because the way you move, sleep, eat, and stay connected could quietly be predicting something powerful: how long and how well you'll keep living. Sign 1. Your walking speed remains strong and steady. You might not think much about the way you walk. After all, it's something you've done every day of your life. But after 65, the speed and rhythm of your steps start to become far more meaningful than most people realize. In fact, studies have shown that your walking pace is one of the most accurate science-backed predictors of how long you might live. Why? Because walking isn't just a leg activity, it's a full-body symphony. It reflects your heart health, your lung capacity, your muscle coordination, your joint stability, and even the way your brain processes movement. When everything is working in harmony, your walk has flow. It feels natural, purposeful. But when something is off, even slightly, it begins to show in the way you move. Take Walter, for example. He's 74 and takes the same walk around his neighborhood every morning with his dog. He's not rushing. He's not jogging. But there's a quiet confidence in his stride. His steps are smooth. His breathing is easy. And he doesn't pause every few driveways to catch his breath. One of his neighbors once told him, "You don't walk like a man your age." Walter smiled and shrugged it off. But what he didn't know is that his walking pace is one of the clearest indicators that his body is still holding up well. According to research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, older adults with faster walking speeds tend to live longer, and not just because they have stronger legs. It's because walking speed reflects total body efficiency. It suggests that your brain, heart, lungs, and muscles are still working together without friction. And here's the best part: you can improve it. Walking speed isn't just something you're stuck with. If you've noticed yourself slowing down lately, don't ignore it. Respond to it. Start taking stairs when you can. Do simple leg strengthening exercises like sit-to-stands or calf raises. Walk with intention, not just motion. Even small improvements make a difference. Because when your body moves through the world with strength and rhythm, it's not just a sign that you're mobile, it's a sign that you're still thriving. So, the next time you go for a walk, pay attention to your pace. It might be telling you more about your future than any test ever could. Sign 2. You can balance on one leg for at least 10 seconds. It sounds like a simple thing. Standing on one leg, no equipment, no machines, no timers or heart monitors, just you, your body, and a bit of stillness. But this quiet little test may be telling you something far deeper than you think. According to recent studies, your ability to balance on one leg for 10 seconds or more is strongly linked to your overall life expectancy. Let's break it down. Balance isn't just about standing still. It's your body's way of showing that all the systems, your muscles, bones, brain, inner ear, and nervous system, are still communicating effectively. When you can balance well, it means your reflexes are still sharp, your posture muscles are engaged, and your brain is receiving and sending signals without delay. Take Arthur, 77, who visited his doctor for a routine checkup. The doctor asked him to stand barefoot, place his arms at his sides, and lift one foot off the ground. Arthur wobbled slightly, but held it. 10 seconds passed. His doctor smiled and said, "That's one of the strongest indicators we have that your health is on the right track." Arthur laughed, but later that evening, the comment stuck with him. He started thinking about friends who had fallen, who had hip fractures, who didn't bounce back the same way. He realized balance isn't just physical, it's protective. Loss of balance is one of the earliest and most overlooked signs that something deeper may be changing. It can be a result of muscle loss, slow reaction time, poor posture, or even cognitive issues. And most falls in older adults aren't just accidents. They're the result of a body that's slowly losing coordination. But the beautiful thing is, balance can be retrained. You can start right now. Practice standing on one leg near a counter or wall. Try heel-to-toe walking in a straight line. Do light yoga. Even brushing your teeth while standing on one foot helps train your nervous system to respond faster and stay centered. So, if you can stand tall on one leg for 10 seconds or more without holding on, celebrate that. It's not just about staying upright. It's about staying capable, confident, and independent. And if you feel wobbly, don't panic. That's your invitation. Because every second you practice your balance today is the second you're buying yourself more freedom in the years ahead. Sign 3. Your grip strength is still firm and reliable. It might seem small, how tightly you hold a jar, carry a bag, or shake someone's hand. But your grip strength could be one of the strongest predictors of how well your body is aging, and how many strong years you might still have ahead of you. Think of your hands as messengers. They often give the first signs of fading strength, long before the legs slow down or the back begins to ache. A firm, steady grip suggests not just strong hands, but healthy muscles, an active nervous system, solid bones, and even good heart function. It's a signal that your body still has resilience. Take Henry, 70. One afternoon, he went to open a jar of pickles and found it unusually difficult. A few days later, while playing with his granddaughter, he noticed he couldn't hold her up for long without discomfort. It wasn't alarming, just different, weaker. Curious, he mentioned it at his next checkup, and his doctor used a small hand dynamometer to test his grip strength. The results showed a quiet drop, nothing critical, but enough to raise an eyebrow. What Henry didn't realize is that grip strength has been studied in thousands of older adults, and researchers have consistently linked lower grip strength with higher risks of heart disease, mobility loss, and even cognitive decline. Not because weak hands cause these issues, but because they reflect the overall vitality of the body. But here's the good news. You can rebuild grip strength at any age. Simple tools like squeezing a tennis ball, using light dumbbells, doing wrist curls, or even modified push-ups against a wall can activate the muscles in your hands, forearms, and shoulders. These little exercises do more than strengthen your grip. They send a ripple effect through your whole upper body, restoring strength, stability, and stamina. So, if you still open jars with ease, carry groceries without strain, or shake hands firmly, that's a quiet victory worth noticing. And if you've noticed your grip softening, take it seriously. But don't let it scare you, let it motivate you. Because the strength in your hands might be the very thing that helps you hold on, not just to objects, but to independence, vitality, and life itself. Sin 4. You wake up feeling rested most days. We often think of sleep as just something we do to get through the night. But after 60, sleep becomes something much more important. It becomes a mirror for what's happening inside your body. If you're waking up most mornings feeling genuinely rested, alert, and ready to start your day, that's not just lucky. It's a clear sign that your body is still functioning in healthy rhythm. Let's take Frank, 68. For most of his adult life, he treated sleep like an inconvenience. He'd survive on 5 or 6 hours, drink coffee to stay sharp, and tell himself he could catch up later. But once he retired, the cracks started to show. He felt foggy in the mornings. He needed naps more often. His blood pressure crept up. So he decided to take sleep seriously. He cut caffeine after lunch, stopped using screens before bed, and started waking up with the sun. Within a few months, something shifted. He began sleeping through the night and waking up with real energy. His memory improved. His mood lifted. Even his joint pain began to ease. What Frank discovered, maybe without realizing, is what science has been telling us for years. Sleep is the body's natural repair mode. It's when your brain clears waste, your muscles recover, your hormones balance, and your immune system recharges. Poor sleep isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. It increases the risk of heart disease, cognitive decline, weakened immunity, depression, and even falls. And here's the thing. You may not even notice how poor your sleep has become until it starts showing up in how you feel during the day. Grogginess, irritability, slow thinking. That dragging feeling, even after 7 or 8 hours in bed, can signal that your sleep quality, not just quantity, is off. The good news, sleep quality can be improved, even in your 70s or 80s. A consistent bedtime, avoiding heavy meals late at night, limiting alcohol, getting natural light exposure in the morning. These simple changes help reset your body's natural clock. And when your sleep improves, everything else improves too. Your balance, your memory, your strength, and your sense of optimism. So, if you're someone who wakes up most mornings feeling refreshed and clear, that's a sign of deep internal harmony. And if you're not quite there yet, don't accept it as just part of getting older, because how you sleep tonight could shape how strong, calm, and sharp you feel, not just tomorrow, but 10 years from now. Sign 5. You still have a steady appetite and enjoy your meals. It's easy to overlook, but one of the clearest signals that your body is still aging well is also one of the most comforting: a steady, healthy appetite. When you still look forward to meals, enjoy the taste of food, and eat regularly without effort, that's your body's way of telling you that your systems are still working in balance. Let's talk about Charles, 73. Every morning, He makes himself a quiet breakfast, just oatmeal with cinnamon, a few slices of fruit, and a cup of coffee. Nothing extravagant, but it's his ritual. He looks forward to it. It makes him feel grounded and nourished. At a recent checkup, his doctor told him, "Keep enjoying that. Your appetite is a very good sign." At first, Charles laughed it off, but the more he thought about it, the more he realized. His appetite wasn't just about food. It was about connection, stability, life. Appetite is deeply connected to mental health, hormonal regulation, digestion, and immune function. When we lose interest in food, especially in our later years, it can signal underlying issues: depression, malnutrition, side effects from medications, or early signs of more serious illness. That's why a fading appetite shouldn't be ignored. It's not just about eating less. It's about a drop in your body's desire to thrive. But just like with walking speed, balance, and sleep, appetite can be rebuilt. Sometimes all it takes is movement, walking daily to stimulate digestion. Other times it's the environment, eating with others, listening to music during meals, or trying new recipes that reawaken joy. Even small things like treating dry mouth, improving denture fit, or adding herbs and spices can reignite your relationship with food. So, if you're still enjoying your meals, still feeling hunger, still savoring flavors, that's a powerful sign. It means your body is still asking to be nourished, still converting energy efficiently, still hungry for life. And if your appetite has started to fade, don't ignore it. Listen to it, nurture it. Because a healthy appetite isn't just about staying fed. It's about staying alive, alert, and engaged in the rhythm of each day. And as long as your body still craves nourishment, it's a good sign that it hasn't finished giving you more days to enjoy it. Sign 6. You respond to stress with calm, not panic. Stress never really goes away. It just changes shape. In your younger years, it may have looked like juggling work deadlines or raising kids. In later life, it often shifts into managing health, finances, or unexpected changes. But how you handle stress, how your body and mind respond to it, can quietly reveal a lot about how long you might live. Let's take Gerald, 76. Years ago, a burst pipe in the kitchen would have sent him into a full-blown panic. Raised voice, pacing, frustration. But this time, he took a breath, made a few calm phone calls, got it fixed. When his daughter asked why he was so relaxed, he smiled and said, "At this age, stress just isn't worth the wear and tear." He was right, and more than he knew. You see, it's not the presence of stress that ages us. It's the lack of recovery. When your body is constantly stuck in high alert mode, it floods you with cortisol and inflammation. Over time, this leads to higher blood pressure, lower immunity, cognitive decline, and faster biological aging. But when you can feel stress, move through it, and come back to calm, you're doing something powerful. You're building resilience. And that's what scientists now know. Resilience is longevity. It's your nervous system's ability to return to baseline. It shows that your heart rate can slow, your thoughts can settle, your body can adapt. People who manage stress well tend to have healthier hearts, clearer minds, and stronger immune responses well into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s. The good news is, you don't need to be a meditation expert or a monk to respond better to stress. You just need a few small habits. Slow breathing when tension rises, time in nature to reset your mind, moments of silence to collect yourself, and people you trust to talk things through. These tools don't just make stress easier, they make you stronger. So, if you've noticed that you no longer overreact to the little things, that you take life's setbacks with a bit more grace, that you can pause before panicking, that's not weakness, that's wisdom. It's a sign your mind and body are still working as a team. And that kind of calm, that kind of grounded response, it doesn't just feel better, it helps you live longer. Sign 7. You stay mentally sharp and remember daily details easily. Your body may slow down with age, but when your mind stays alert, when you're still remembering appointments, recalling names, following conversations with ease, it's one of the clearest signs that your overall health is still strong. Mental sharpness isn't just about memory. It reflects how well your brain is functioning, how resilient it is, and how well it's communicating with the rest of your body. Let's meet Linda, 72. She still runs her book club, manages the family finances, and somehow remembers all 8 of her grandchildren's birthdays without writing them down. Her friends tease her about having a super brain. But what they may not realize is that Linda's habits are helping preserve her health in ways that go far beyond memory. She reads every day, does crossword puzzles with her morning coffee, and makes a point to learn something new each week. For Linda, staying sharp isn't just about staying busy. It's about staying alive inside. And there's research to back this up. Studies show that seniors who maintain cognitive clarity are far more likely to stay independent, mobile, and emotionally balanced. That's because the brain doesn't just handle memory. It controls your movement, your sleep, your emotions, and even how your organs function. When your brain stays sharp, your whole body tends to follow. On the other hand, when memory starts to slip, when you begin forgetting familiar names, feeling foggy, or struggling to focus, it can be an early sign that something needs attention. But it doesn't mean it's too late. The brain, like any other muscle, responds to use. It can grow, adapt, and recover even in your 70s and 80s. The key is to challenge it. Keep reading. Have conversations that make you think. Play games that test your focus. Try something new every week, even if it's just learning a new recipe or taking a different walking route. Every time you engage your brain, you're helping it build new pathways, and that helps protect you from decline. So, if you're still sharp, still engaged, still present in your daily life, know this: your brain is still very much alive. And if you've noticed a few slips here and there, don't ignore them, but don't fear them either. Stay curious, stay connected, and keep that beautiful mind moving forward. Because how you think, and how clearly you think, can be one of the strongest signs of how far your story still has left to go. Sign 8. You maintain meaningful social connections. In a world that often glorifies independence, it's easy to forget just how vital human connection is, especially as we age. But the truth is, one of the most powerful predictors of a long, healthy life after 65 isn't found in your diet, your steps, or your lab reports. It's found in your relationships. Take Evelyn, 79. She doesn't have a huge circle of friends. She's not on social media, but every Sunday, she talks with her sister on the phone. She walks her dog and chats with neighbors. She goes to a knitting group once a week, where there's more laughter than yarn. To Evelyn, these aren't big events, but they're a lifeline. And without knowing it, she's doing one of the most important things she can for her health: staying connected. Research shows that loneliness can be as damaging to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises inflammation, weakens your immune system, increases your risk of dementia, and can even shorten your lifespan. But connection, real heartfelt connection, has the opposite effect. It lowers stress, improves sleep, boosts your mood, sharpens your thinking, and strengthens your body's ability to fight illness. And it doesn't take a huge social life to reap the benefits. A few deep relationships where you feel seen, heard, and valued can make all the difference, whether it's a spouse, a neighbor, a childhood friend, or even a local community group. What matters most is that you feel part of something, that you know someone would notice if you didn't show up. If you've pulled back lately, if you've started saying no more than yes to invites, or if you've told yourself you're better off alone, take a moment to reflect. Is it really peace you're choosing? Or has solitude slowly become silence? Because one of the clearest signs of a body and mind still thriving is the desire to connect, to share, to laugh, to listen, to care. So if you're still making phone calls, attending gatherings, or simply waving to your neighbors with genuine warmth, celebrate that. It's not just a nice habit. It's a profound form of self-care. It's one of the clearest, quietest signs that your heart, mind, and body are still fully engaged in the rhythm of life. And staying connected, even in small ways, could be the reason you keep thriving for many more years to come. Conclusion: your body is speaking. Are you listening? Now that we've explored these 8 subtle but powerful signs, take a quiet moment to reflect. How many of them do you see in yourself? Do you still walk with steady steps? Can you balance with confidence? Do you wake up feeling rested? Are your meals something you look forward to? Do you still laugh, remember, connect, and respond to life with calm? These aren't just pleasant little details. They're signals from your body and mind, quietly letting you know how you're doing and how far you may still go. And here's the most important truth. These signs are not final. They aren't a test you either pass or fail. They are invitations, gentle nudges from within, reminding you that health isn't just measured in years. It's measured in awareness, intention, and small daily choices. If your balance is a little off, you can strengthen it. If your grip is fading, you can rebuild it. If sleep feels shallow, you can restore it. If your appetite is dull, you can reignite it. If your mind is foggy, you can sharpen it. If you've been withdrawing, you can reach out again. It's never too late to shift the direction of your health story. Because aging well isn't about avoiding decline. It's about being in conversation with your body. It's about paying attention to the whispers before they become shouts. And it's about believing that your best years aren't behind you. They're in front of you, waiting to be lived with presence, joy, and strength. So take one sign today and focus on it. Walk a little further, sleep a little deeper, call someone you miss, stretch your balance, laugh more, love harder, listen closer. And if you're still here watching, type, "I'm still thriving" in the comments below. Let me know which sign resonated with you most, and what step you're going to take this week to grow stronger with age. If this video helped you, please give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to this channel for more content that helps you live longer and live better, because your body is still speaking and your future is still listening.